Gwyneth Paltrow wanted you to know on the first day of Women's History Month, at the end of Black History Month, that she in fact does have black friends. It says, Gwyneth Paltrow says that white women should learn ruthless self-acceptance from black women. Quote, my black friends know themselves. My favorite part of this is how like cringy even TMZ finds everything in this statement. They literally go through it and they start calling it cringy as you go through. So Gwyneth Paltrow says she's kicking off Women's History Month with a teachable moment. Well, that's where you're already.
Oh, this month is for the women?
Yes.
Congrats.
Yes, it's Women's History Month.
Thanks, guys.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
How do you celebrate Women's History Month?
I acknowledge that women have existed throughout history.
They have.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've heard that before.
Yep.
We got a $20 one here from Shane H. Wilder. It says, Brett is pro-littering. You heard it, folks. Now I want to write a script where activists start kicking the bucket from heat stroke in the middle of a blizzard because they are actually the ones changing, not the climate. Yeah, you could do that. I say what it is a guy's on his way. He's got the fix for climate change. He's got like a mystical device that fixes climate change, but he slips on a piece of trash and maybe a discarded mask or something.
Yeah, falls into a shopping cart that wasn't put away properly.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm down for that. Okay, so Gwyneth Paltrow's kicking off Women's History Month with a teachable moment, imploring white women to emulate black women's approach to self-love, but her message is hitting a lot of people as tone deaf. Go figure. The Oscar winner shared her opinions Thursday while appearing alongside Dr. Ella Bell at the Makers Conference in Beverly Hills. Have you ever noticed that these celebrities are literally always at conferences and luncheons? Mm-hmm. Like they're never they never eat lunch at home. They're always at a luncheon somewhere. They always have to eat lunch in a tux or a gown. So she was at this conference with the Goop founder praising her black gal pals for having an incredible intrinsic self-honoring. That doesn't even sound like a real thing. She added, quote, it's like from the deepest part of their souls all the way up to the tips of their fingers. And then it says, feel the cringe begin. This is TMZ editorializing, not me. According to Gwyneth, her black women friends know themselves, love themselves in a way that I think white women are not taught to. I think white women are taught to be competitive with one another, she added, which is something I've tried to work so hard to dispel because I don't believe in competition between women. But we're raised to be competitive, to be jealous, to look over each other's shoulders. It's actually kind of interesting. It's kind of like what you were talking about earlier with Mean Girls. She acknowledges that this is the objective reality that we live in, but she's part of an industry that will not acknowledge it in their films and movies anymore. Every girl has to be best friends. It is the quickest way to be annoying in a movie is when two women just start randomly like getting along based on the idea that they're women.
Dude, this is just my observations. Every time girls are like in super best friends, they burn out. Yeah, they become so obsessed over each other that then they hate each other. Like I'm done.
Can you confirm this?
Yeah, this is true. This has happened before.
I am every woman.
Women. And we were also talking about earlier how like women could be lifelong friends with each other, but like one of them secretly hates the other. And they're too polite or fake or catty. I don't know. I don't get it.
So they just never liked each other? They're just like, I was faking it the whole time?
Some girls will do that.
So is the idea like, look, I'm already hanging out with them. I guess I got to keep hanging out with them even though I don't like them.
I don't know what the idea is because for me, I'm not going to stay in touch with someone I don't truly like or feel a genuine connection with. But that's just me. But I have had experiences like that where in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, that person hated me. Yeah. But they were my friend. They were frenemies, right? Everyone's heard the term a frenemy.
Yeah. But even that seems like one of those things. Like when frenemies was talked about in movies, it was like it was like the two most popular girls in school who only liked each other because they were the most popular girls in school. It was the only thing that connected them. Right? Yeah. Again, Hollywood lying. You could make stories like that because it's very real, but they're not willing to do that because they want to go and make these movies where the women just say, "Kumbaya, we're best friends because we both got vaginas."
Yeah.
Based.
And also, is this just a white women thing? Don't think so. No. Just wanted to say that real quick.
She declared that it isn't the way it is. So she declared that it isn't that way in her circle of friends that are black women. And she continued, I've learned so much from my black friends in ruthless self-acceptance and full of self-love. She went on to suggest that white women can learn from our black sisters in the way in which they respect themselves. I'm literally picturing all the people at this conference like, she's still talking.
Progressive white women talk about minorities like they're on safari watch. They're like, oh my God, did you see how they drank water? Incredible. I drink water. I couldn't believe it. They have friends. They say the truth to each other. It's like, yeah, you don't, because you're a vapid.
Because you're
person.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth had a direct message for those listening. Keeping white women at odds with each other in competition with one another keeps the patriarchy strong. So even when women don't like each other, it's men's fault.
Yes. Keep it up, ladies.
Wait. Okay, sorry. Say that again. She
Checks
said that,
in the mail.
She's talking about black women or white women here?
She says, keeping white women at odds with each other in competition with one another keeps the patriarchy strong.
Okay.
Now, like, insert like the Andrew Tate song. do that.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, for the patriarchy.
Yes. It's we'll just recall this one the patriarchy. So this is the patriarchy song.
It's just so wild the stuff they say. I needed you to reiterate it for me.
The idea that they can't make these movies anymore because they're not willing to be honest about it. It starts here, right? Because it's the same thing with the clothing, right? They're allowed to dress a certain way. They're allowed to say certain things when they're on red carpets, but they're not allowed to put that stuff into movies. And then they wonder why people feel that the things that they're watching these days are inauthentic. I also like the idea that she does have her like group chat of like her white friends and her black friends, and
good segregation.
She doesn't realize that it's racist, because she's we've made the jokes where we've kind of praised her like complete like refusal to be like to be down to earth, which is kind of hilarious and in a way endearing. Like when she was on that trial for the skiing accident, and she's just completely disconnected from the common man, or I guess from the common woman, and doesn't have anything in common with us plebs who don't have millions and millions of dollars. There's actually something endearing about that, about her not pretending to be one of us. But this is her trying to do that. This is her trying to make a connection with the every woman, not realizing that she sounds ridiculously tone deaf and disconnected from reality.
It's like that Fitzgerald quote.
Which one?
Well, I have it. Let me tell you about the very rich. They are different from you and me. They possess and enjoy early. And it does something to them that makes them soft where we are hard and cynical where we are trustful.
Okay.
It goes on, but that's the most important part.
So the number one thing that they keep pointing out here, it says scores of online comments are ripping Gwyneth for being blind to the fact that black women are commonly pitted against each other in pop culture and American society at large. Examples right now are Nicki Minaj is currently beefing with Megan Thee Stallion and previously feuded with Cardi B. Fellow rising stars Ice Spice and Lotto are also taking subtle shots at another. I did see a thing today, and I'm not even kidding you. It was a headline that read, Ice Spice challenges Lotto to a squirt off.
Wow.
And I was just like, thank you for that image. I really appreciate that. But this is, that's the culture around rap music, though. I don't think that has anything to do with gender. Also,
what a culture.
Also, Ja Rule just had to cancel like a concert tour recently, and 50 Cent, who's been making fun of him for like 2 decades, like immediately showed up in the comments and called him a loser. Okay, that's just the culture around rap music, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Dude, I feel like 50 Cent is like your Xbox Live shit poster, but with a very successful rap career.
No, because like when he made fun of Madonna and then apologized for making fun of Madonna.
Dude, he's
and then
so
like
good.
after he apologized for making fun of Madonna, like 6 months later he did it again because he probably forgot that he had already made fun of her and like wasn't supposed to do it anymore, which I appreciate.
To Mayweather, he was like, read one page out of a Harry Potter book.
Didn't he get famous because he got shot 9 times? Is that 50 Cent?
He's been shot
Dude,
many
has
times.
come a long way from getting shot 9 times.
He's a very industrious businessman.
Yeah. Do you? He's really successful.
Yeah.
Not just as a rapper, but like in other avenues, like business in general.
Yeah.
Producer, all these things.
He invested in water.
Yes.
Like genius.
Go 50 Cent.
I just laugh at this stuff because the thing is like you almost can't blame them because they live in such a bubble that her poor publicist that's probably sitting there with her phone. She's probably got 3 phones just for her, and she's like I'm gonna go give this speech, right? She's like probably saying like, hey, will you listen to my speech I'm about to give? And then she reads the speech back to her publicist who goes, yeah, great. It's going to go over great with everybody.
If Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't in chair, she'd be like, and can you believe it? He can invest.
Yes. It's that's literally how they see things.
Yeah.
It's like Chris Rock had this bit back in the day where he talked about Colin Powell. He's like the only thing white people ever say about Colin Powell is like, oh, he speaks so well.
Yeah.
He's like he's such a good speaker. He speaks so well. And he's right. That is the NIMBY progressive leftist bubble there. That's how they talk.
Correct.
They don't realize that the other side of the aisle isn't necessarily like that because they've written them all off as evil anyways. So they're not willing to engage with them.
Because progressives talk in progressive speak just to find themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could be like, who's another phony that I could be a phony with?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm a disgusting, foul-mouthed individual, and I do so to find my brethren and my sisters.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.